You belong to the 1%. You are one of the 395,070 ultra-rich individuals. Imagine that you are sipping champagne on a private jet while cruising above the clouds. You live in a world where personal assistants are at your beck and call 24/7, catering to your every whim. You are living the life you have dreamed of. But there is a catch. You're not one of them. We all know them, and we all want to be them, or at least we think we do. Have you ever wondered what goes on behind closed doors in the lives of the ultra-rich? We all admire their lavish lifestyles, but what secrets are they hiding? The truth is that the super wealthy live in a world that is far beyond our reach. But beneath the glitz and glamour lies a darker reality. Secret parties, hidden vices, and illicit activities thrive within their exclusive circles. The truth is ruthlessly concealed, as the ultra-rich work tirelessly to protect their empire. And while the ultra-rich are getting wealthier, the poor continue to get poorer. So now, we will pull back the curtains on the lives of the ultra-rich to see the secrets we are not supposed to. So you have built everything you ever wanted. You have more than you have ever desired, but the government, your family, and friends only want your hard-earned money. You will need to protect that. The ultra-rich have figured out legal and illegal loopholes that they want to keep a secret. So what's the wealthy secret? Control without financial burden. Some of the richest people pay little in taxes. They avoid ownership like a clever magic trick. Why? Because ownership comes with a heavy price tag. The ultra-rich don't want to own anything. They don't want to pay for that. Their hard-earned money is better off in their hands. So the best option for the ultra-rich is tax evasion.
Are you paying more in taxes than the world's richest men, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk? Surprise, surprise, you just might be. A ProPublica analysis of tax returns from the 25 wealthiest Americans shows they're paying little in income taxes compared to their fortunes, sometimes nothing at all.
They intentionally dodge paying their fair share of taxes. So they get crafty with complex schemes and offshore accounts to try to hide their money and identity.
All kinds of ways to bend the rules. Billionaire Mitchell Rales gets a tax break for donating his collection of modern art to a museum that he built right next door to his house, a museum that's only open for private tours.
This allows them to accumulate more wealth.
Billionaire investor Warren Buffett pays a lower tax rate than his secretary. His money comes from capital gains, while hers comes from a salary.
Debbie works just as hard as I do, and she pays at twice the rate I pay.
While depriving governments of much-needed revenue that they're gonna waste anyway. No, but really. The federal government spent a whopping $146 million so that federal employees could upgrade their flights to business class. Offshore accounts are a favorite tool of the ultra-rich, and there is a place that no one really talks about if they want to avoid taxes really well. We know them for the windmills, tulips, and cycling. Yes, the Netherlands is playing a role that you might not have expected. And I know that you might be thinking, the Netherlands, really? But stick with me. Even though the government of the Netherlands has implemented new regulations that would make it harder to make large amounts of profits, the Netherlands still is an important tax haven. The Netherlands became infamous as a double Irish-Dutch sandwich. And no, it's not something you can get by Subway. It first starts off with companies owned by the ultra-rich like Apple, setting up a subsidiary company in Ireland. Ireland is known for its relatively low corporate tax rate. This company owns the rights to intellectual property, such as patents or trademarks, associated with the products or services the corporation sells. Then they set up another company in the Netherlands. The profits made by the Irish company go to this Dutch company. Here is where the double Irish comes in. They set up a second Irish company, but this one is in a place with super low taxes like in Bermuda or the Cayman Islands, where the taxes are 0%. The Irish subsidiary, holding intellectual property, charges royalties or licensing fees to the Dutch company for the use of that intellectual property. These payments create expenses for the Dutch subsidiary, reducing its taxable income in the Netherlands. The Dutch subsidiary can then make royalty payments to the second Irish company, creating additional deductible expenses. The second Irish company, being tax resident in a low-tax jurisdiction, pays very little corporate tax on the income received. By doing this, the company is moving its profits around so that they end up in places where taxes are really low. Even though governments and tax authorities aren't big fans of these tricks, there are so many. And the ultra-rich will continue doing this, and they will keep evolving. It's like a tax dance to pay as little as possible. And the rich love to dance and party. But remember, it's not just about the moves. It's about understanding the game. And the game starts at the secret parties of the ultra-rich. Parties are, in fact, a game for the wealthy. A game to gain power. The secret parties the rich throw are the breeding grounds for connections that wield unimaginable influence. It all begins at an elite university. Take the Skull and Bones Club at Yale, for example, where 15 chosen students of the junior class share secrets that bind them for life. Rumors swirl of signed agreements, secret rituals, and pledging future earnings for connections and power. The Bush brothers, Frederick Wallace Smith, founder of FedEx, John Kerry, and many more elite people are all well-known members of the club.
Both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
To understand how these connections amplify power, you would have to look beyond academia. The Bilderberg meetings stand as a testament to this.
And one is going on right now behind closed doors in England. The Bilderberg Group is a meeting of the most influential people in Europe and North America. Wall Street investors, business moguls, politicians, royalty. They're all coming together and keeping the media and everyone else out. What are they discussing? What are they plotting? Doesn't the public have a right to know? Well, apparently, no.
The annual gathering of the global elite, including politicians like Barack Obama and King Charles, and tech moguls all get together. And even though you have probably never heard of this meeting, they discuss the most important things. But because of the no press reports and no interviews rule, the rich try to keep us in the dark, where decisions about you and me are being made by the top, and we have no say about it. Even legal matters aren't immune to the influence cultivated in these secret circles. In the mid-2000s, Paris Hilton, heiress to the Hilton empire, faced legal troubles. Multiple arrests for driving under the influence of leaving the scene not once but twice, and possession of controlled substances. Paris could have gotten 6 months and a $1,000 fine, but she only served 23 of a 47-day sentence for violating her probation for her reckless driving case. But if it was you, you'd have to probably sit the whole sentence because you don't have the name that comes with power and connections. Her connections built at parties played an important role in securing a shortened jail sentence. The ultra-rich have criminal matters resolved as civil matters because they have access to the best lawyer. And if you have connections with people that make the law, it would of course be easier to get out of it. This emphasizes that power isn't just about wealth. It's also about the connections that make sure you will get the best opportunity. If you had all the money, power, and connections in the world, you would surely take all the good opportunities given to you, right? Would you take the opportunity to clone your animal? If the answer is yes, it is possible. Starting from $50,000 for dogs and cats all the way to horses for $85,000. And after you have cloned your pet, you get on your private jet all the way to Africa to hunt endangered animals. Or at least that is what the ultra-rich do. Prince Harry, the sons of Donald Trump, and more have all hunted on animals. And it is made possible by the countries they go to just because they pay a huge amount of money for it. More than 125,000 animals are killed each year for trophies. And it's all possible because the rich take the opportunities given to them. In the secret lives of the ultra-rich, they will always have privilege, power, and connection. They would do anything to protect each other and their self. Wealth is more than riches. It's a key that unlocks doors to a realm of influence and power. And it will only change if we keep them accountable. As we close the curtains for now, remember, the truth is often found when the spotlight fades, and we will be there to investigate the truth for you. So make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, and tell us what you think.